It's time for another one of those Overwatch comics, but this one explains how everyone was able to see Bastion for what he is, a sweet and helpful Omnic. This is the story of Binary, and it's free with the rest of the Overwatch comics, so check it out when you get a chance. There was a noise out in the forest in northern Sweden, and a couple runs off into the night when they hear that noise, and they begin to get a little startled. Then they see a yellow bird fly by and they scream out as an Omnic comes crashing out of the forest. They know what it is right away. A machine of pure terror and destruction. A Bastion. They call out to run and scatter. The Bastion didn't do anything, but that didn't stop the news reports. Teen lovers run in with a death machine. A terror from the past returns, which amounts to the government deciding that they need to bring in an expert to handle this machine. Someone who can quietly and discreetly move it. Luckily, word got back to an expert on that matter. Torbjorn, the guy who will take care of the beast for the city. The man in the suit asks Torb how he can handle it, and he informs him that this Bastion has been spotted multiple times, but has it opened fire? No, that means that its self-repair systems are broken. Dealing with a broken bot should be easy. He walks out into the hall telling them all, stay behind where it's safe. And as he walks into the forest building his turret, the government man stands nearby telling him that he is here to ensure that this is done by the book. He asks Torb, he built these things for the war, didn't he? Torb remembers what he did as he closes his eyes to shut out the memories, and he throws out bait telling the man to be quiet. With a clank clank, the Bastion walks out into the opening. Torb gets ready to spring his trap when the yellow bird flies in, grabbing the ball and carrying it away. The man in the suit opens fire on it and the Bastion flees. He laughs, thinking that he scared it off, but Torb tells him that that's impossible. Bastions don't run. He leaves the man to think about his accomplishment, and he follows the trail that the Bastion left into the forest until he finds him in a creek. Torb is baffled, because it looks like the Bastion is messing with some beavers, but he knows the truth of these Omnics, and he throws out his bait. He looks at the Bastion, demanding that it take a shot at the ball, follow its programming, and the Bastion looks at him and tells him, boop. It then shows him the sticks that it got together for the beaver. He realizes that there's something different about this Bastion. And that's when the man in the suit with his elite team begin to open fire on it. Torb shouts for them to stop! Something's different about this one! The man in the suit walks over telling him no, they aren't going to let it run off killing people in their village. So Torb sets off his trap on the soldiers, wrapping them all up to the trees, and he leaves them behind as he walks back over to the Bastion with his arms in the air. The Bastion is actually picking flowers, and Torb approaches him telling him, I'm not going to hurt you. So the Bastion gives the flower to him. Torb isn't quite sure what to make of that, but he tells him, if you want to survive, follow me and my rules. No more stopping with the little animals and the flowers. Bastion begins to follow, telling him, boo-wee, and Torb snaps. What did I tell you? Leave the squirrels alone. It's a fun little story, and I hate playing Bastion. He's definitely not my main. A couple of you guys have figured it out from the t-shirts I wear and the mug that I've had in the recap videos. Reaper is definitely my main, followed shortly by Soldier 76, and then I also play Lucio, and I am a huge fan of playing Reinhardt. Those are like the four mains I'll cycle between. But Bastion, I've always loved the character. If you've watched his video where they explain more of his history, and this right here just tells you how much of a sweetheart Bastion really is. I personally am a huge fan of the Overwatch lore and the characters and everything going on behind it. So let me know in the comments down below, who do you main for Overwatch? What do you think about the game and the history and the lore? And how much do you love these comics? Because honestly, they're some of the best things coming out of the Blizzard Comics line.